You have to watch this video. You have no choice whatsoever. It's technically impossible for you not to watch this video. If you pick this video, if you press play, you had to do it. You didn't have a choice in the matter. What? Jesus is your healer, your financial, and your righteousness is believed you receive by faith, and God will make it true in your life. Free will. Free will is an interesting concept that people like to throw around, say people have it, they don't have it, and the conundrum of no free will, the no free will conundrum, is basically it only works in atheistic academia. It doesn't work in the real life. And here are some points, 5 points to consider. 1, if no one has free will, then that means anything goes. If your favorite color or your favorite food, what you're going to wake up and eat that, tomorrow or tonight, right after this video, is some so physiological chemical reaction in your brain that no matter what happens, you are going to pick that day, or maybe tomorrow, it's all in the brain, you have no choice over the matter, then you're going to eat that pizza. Which means that if someone overeats, that's just how their brain works. If someone commits murder, that's just how their brain works. If someone wants to have a homosexual relationship with a child, that's just how their brain works. This doesn't work. Nobody believes this. Who believes this? Only in academia could this possibly work, because it doesn't work in real life. If a child wants to commit sex, fornication, that's just how their brain works. If your child is a pathological liar, if your child decides to wake up one day and states that he fought in World War II and won the Medal of Honor, that's just how it works. That's just how his brain works. He has no control over it. And if that's true, then that of course means anything goes. If no one has free will, then that means anything that happens. We have no control over it. You have no control over it. I have no control over it. Second, you can't say it's wrong. You can't say it's illegal. You can't punish anybody for it. The child who says that the child who was born in 1989 who decides that they're going to go around telling everybody that they fought in World War II and won the Medal of Honor, if that child has to do that, if that's just how their brain works, to lie, then we can't tell the child it's wrong. Even if our brain says it's wrong, if in fact it's just they have no free will over the matter, we can't tell them it's wrong. We can't say it's illegal. We can't say murder's illegal. We can't say anything's illegal. We can't say something's wrong. We can't punish anybody for doing anything wrong or anything we think is wrong, because their brain, that's just how their brain works. They cheat, if they steal, if someone goes in and they had no free will, they rob the bank. That means the way their brain works, they have to rob the bank because they don't have a say in the matter. Nobody believes this. Third, you can't say it's wrong unless you have the answer. If this is all physiological, chemical stuff that's happening inside the brain, the only way we could tell someone that they can't do something is if we had a way for them to pop a pill or zap them so that their mind thinks on another level. If someone likes to drink non-stop and get drunk and drive their vehicle, then that means we can't tell them that they can't drive their vehicle drunk, because that's just how their brain works, unless we have something that can combat that, something that can stop it. Nobody believes this. You can't do that. Unless you have the answer, there's nothing. If you can't say it's wrong unless we got it, because it's physiological. So that means sending them to the psychiatrist, trying to convert them with wisdom, isn't going to work, because that's just how their brain works. And unless we have a way to change how their brain works, we can't say murder's illegal. We can't say it's wrong to steal. We can't say it's wrong to lie. We can't say it's wrong for children to have sexual intercourse before they outside of marriage. We can't say a political party's right or wrong. Everything's got to go. Take me, for instance. If that's just how the brain works, think of it. If that's just how my brain works, that means I had to have gotten saved. Then I had to got filled with the Holy Spirit with evidence of speaking in tongues. And I had to make this video. I had no choice to make this video. I had no choice whatsoever. If I don't have free will, then that means I woke up, I just had to make this video. Sorry, I had to make the video. I had no choice in the matter. And you had to watch it because you didn't have a free choice either. You have no free will. So you had to watch it, I had to watch it. Even if you don't like the video, I had to make the video. Sorry, I don't have a choice in the matter. And I'm sorry if you don't like the video, because I don't have a free will. I had to do it. I had to become a Christian. Now this is really interesting, because if we have no free will, then that means 2 billion people on this planet who are part of the Christian religion They just had to do it. They had no free will. They had to choose to become Christians because that's just how their brain works. Which means we can't say it's illegal. If there's no free will in the matter, then that means a child just has to wear a shirt about Jesus to school. He has to wear it. So who are we to say it's illegal? Teacher has to wear a cross because that's how their brain works. Their brain said their chemical reactions say you have to believe in Christianity because that's just how it works. Nobody believes this. That's why the concept of having no free will is absurd. If that were the truth, then we can't tell a teacher they can't wear a cross in school. We can't tell a kid they can't share Jesus or wear a t-shirt about Jesus. If someone wants to have an abortion, that's just how their brain works. But someone who's against abortion, that's just how their brain works. Which moves us down to this interesting oxymoronical concept, which would be respect. Because in a world, if you really believed that everybody had to do, now this really doesn't even work in a world where everyone has no free will, because you'd have to make the decision. So either you walk in respect because your brain tells you to, or you don't walk in respect because your brain tells you not to do it. I mean, you don't have a choice in the matter. But think of it. If you really believe that everyone has no free will, if a homosexual couple comes into a photography studio and says, we want you to take our picture, because they have no choice in the matter, they just have to do it because that's how their brain works. The photography studios say, well, our brains tell us that homosexual activity is wrong, so we can't help you. We respect your thoughts. This is true. This is how respect would have to come in. They would have to, well, we respect that you want to live your life that way. Our brains say it's not supposed to work that way, so we can't do that. But we do respect you, but that doesn't mean we're going to take your picture. Now, if you really respect someone, they're going to say, okay, your brain works that way, our brains work this way. That's how your brain works, we're going to respect the way your brain works. But then that's a decision. This doesn't even work. Respect works, I mean, in a world where there's no free will, then that means if they get into a fist fight, they had to have gotten to a fist fight. If someone tries to sue somebody, I mean, come on. They sue them because you didn't want to take our picture. They sue them because, hey, you didn't want to respect our beliefs because we don't have any choice in the matter. There's no such thing as a hate crime if there's no choice in the matter. It's absurd. Which brings us, I just had to throw that in. That's respect. Our fourth point, if we have no free will, and that means we really can't feel bad. Now, obviously, if there's no free will, then you have no free will of your emotions. So, if you feel bad about what I'm about to say, then that means, I'm sorry for you because that's just how your brain works. You can't feel bad if someone does anything you don't want them to do. If a kid gets drunk, and their life is going down in the wrong direction, they're driving drunk, the parents really shouldn't feel bad. Nobody believes this. It's illogical. I mean, if the child has no free will, then that means the parents should understand that your child has no free will in the matter. We don't currently have a pill they can pop to make them stop drinking, getting drunk, and driving. So what happens is the parents you really shouldn't be upset about it. If someone kills someone, goes down the street and kills someone, shoots up an educational institution, why would we feel bad about it? Why should we feel bad about it? It's absurd. It's illogical because if they have no free will in the matter, you can't be mad at the person. If you really believe they have no free will, then there's really no logic in getting mad at the person at all. Why try pass laws about it? That's just how their brain works. But remember, you can't say it's illegal unless your brain tells you have to do it. You have no choice. I have to still say it's illegal. It doesn't work, which creates something horrible. Because why would a human being see someone doing something that they shouldn't be doing? Why would they feel bad? How cruel would the universe really be if your brain says the kid's not supposed to drink, the kid's brain says they're supposed to drink, and you got your feelings saying they shouldn't be doing it, so you're feeling bad. The parents, if they're not following God, they're staying up all night worrying, families getting torn apart. It's bad business, and it creates a cruel universe. How cruel could someone possibly live in the universe where they just have to drink, they just have to kill people, they just have to become a dictator, they just have to do that, they just have to live their life that way, and my brain just doesn't let me accept that. So I feel bad, but I shouldn't feel bad because that's just how the universe works, and it only works in atheistic academia. Because when you get in the real setting, a real life, you can't tell a set of parents that. You can't tell someone that. You lost the election because someone cheated. Well, you can't feel bad for that. You can't be mad. Why are you mad? Their brain just did that. Don't sue them because that's just how their brain works. It's illogical when you try to apply it to real life. How horrible is that? I mean, a kid's brother is doing something he's not supposed to do and the kid feels bad about it. Well, he shouldn't feel bad, but why are feelings even there? Why have a conscience saying, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't swear, you shouldn't curse, you shouldn't, commit adultery, you shouldn't fornicate, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't cheat on the test. Now parents, don't feel bad if your kid, if you believe in no free will, if your kid cheats on the test, why get mad? Why kick him out of school, deans? They don't have a choice in the matter. They had to cheat. What? Nobody believes this. Number 5, finally. In a universe where there is absolutely zero free will, it actually converges humanity down. There's no free will, there's no free will. This is the danger of the concept of no free will. What it does is creates a horrible universe, a dark corner, where there is no way out. No way out. Which means that if you're born and you start getting homosexual thoughts, there's no way out. No way out. If you're a cheater, no way out. And you cheat on your spouse, no way out. There's no way out. I mean, listen, if there's no free will, there's no way out. No way out. No way out. No way out. Your kid's a liar. You just have to suck it up and live with it because they're a liar. There's no way out. And when you create a world where there is no way out, then actually you create a lot of despair, a lot of sadness, because you're really saying there's no way out. I mean, you can't use no free will for sexual immorality and then try to not use it when it comes to stealing or committing murder. I mean, because if they have no free will in, whatever particular lifestyle they're dealing with, and then someone else has free will when it comes to committing murder or stealing or cheating, or what movies they watch on TV, what movies they make, if they don't have a free will, really, then you can't get upset if your child goes into pornography or someone makes a magazine that makes millions of dollars off of pornographic magazines. It doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. So if that's really true, that there's no free will, what you actually create is no way out. Psychiatrists, you might as well pack up your bags and go home because there's no way out. No matter how much we try to make someone do something, when you create that, you create a really, really, really dismal life. If you seem to have an issue with overeating, sorry, there's no way out because you have no free will. You started overeating because you had no free will and you're not going to be able to stop. Nobody believes this. This is absurd. It's rubbish. And it doesn't work in the real world. It works in academia, theoretically. Theoretically, in theory, it does work to say no, you don't have free will. But it doesn't work when it comes to socializing with human beings because you can't train your children. You can't discipline your children. You can't create laws to tell somebody they can't do something. If they want to use meth and destroy their life, we can't say it's illegal. We can't take their kids away from them because that's just how their brain works. Sorry, kid, you were born in there. That's just how the universe came. The planets, the cosmos are just knocking together. And sorry, kid, you have to live like that for the rest of your life. You have to grow up in a house and live in a house. Why take the kids? We shouldn't take the kids from chill people. If we really believe they have no free will, then who are we to say they don't deserve to have those children? Well, it's not really. Well, you can't have it both ways. Either they have free will not to do it, or they don't have free will. If a politician's a liar, if he doesn't have the free will, then we can't do anything about it. Just accept him, he's a liar, he's just a liar. Great speaker, but he's a liar. But if he does have a free will, you can do whatever you need to do. Remove him from office, you can sue him. Is this free will or not? So you have to make sure, you have to decide which one you're gonna believe. No free will really means none. There's no help whatsoever. However, if you do have free will, and that means there is a way out. The drunkard has a way out so they don't have to drink. The kid who's sexually promiscuous and seems to be addicted to fornication or adultery can get out of that. The teacher who's a liar can get out of that. The person who's getting thoughts about killing people, there is a way out. There's hope on the horizon. There's you can go to sleep. Hey, when there's no free will, there's no logic in going. You can't go to sleep and think that it's going to be better tomorrow. It's illogical to think that your child's going to improve tomorrow. Why would you think your child would improve tomorrow? But with free will, there is hope. And so, what I'm basically trying to say is, God loves you, and you're going to make it. You can and you will, because of Jesus.